All right, 3, 2, 1. We are live. So we are live on YouTube. Welcome everybody. This is Diaspora Radio. This is our radio when all diasporas when they America, wherever you day America, you day UK, you day which country, all and all, name it. So we talk about life situations here and how things affect us for diaspora. So if you bring your own contribution and all of that, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. So today we get many people in the house. We get like four of us here, or 4 or 5 of us. We get IK from Philly. We have IK from Chicago. We get Henry from Valpo. Mike from Valpo too, and of course me for here. So today what we are talking about is we're talking about the best way to save as an immigrant. Best way to save as an immigrant. There are so many things that cost our money here in America. So I want to just want us to think about the topic a little bit. You know, it's not easy to save in this system. We don't know how this system be when we don't come here. And if an average person is making let's say the average American makes $1,500 to $2,000 a month. What is the as an immigrant? What is the best way to save a sizable amount of money? I will first of all direct this question to uh, Henry. Henry, what do you think as an immigrant? We don't come here now. Say somebody when they get like 2,000 or 3,000 a month. Which kind of idea you fit give to fit say to fit save a sizable amount of money? How much person fit save? And which idea you fit? What do you think?
Um, my own view and perspective, I think all good.
Think you mute your stuff, Henry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I said in my own view, it all boils down to your taste. Yeah. Because
Okay, I said in my own,
in
it all
America,
boils
bills
down
is
to your
something you
taste.
can't avoid. You know, it's
Because
not like you buy a
in
phone
America,
card, you have to
bills
pay
is
your phone bill
something
every
you
month
can't
if you need
avoid.
to have a line, which is something that is
No,
necessary to
it's
have.
not like you buy
So like that
a
boils
phone
down
card.
to what service or what provider do you want to go for? Do you want to go for a $20
So
per
what
month
provider do you want to?
phone bill, or you want to go for $100 per month phone bill?
Yeah.
You know, if it involves phone as well too, depends on the type of phone you want. Do you want to use iPhone 11 or you want to use iPhone 5? About accommodation, you know, do you want to have a roommate
Want to use
or you want to live alone? So I think the way for you to save is based on your taste, because there are people that even spend way above what they receive every month. There are some that the moment the paycheck comes in, is out again. They
what they
use
receive
everything
every
out
month.
again.
There are
But all
some
those
that
things boils down to the taste, because if
the
you are
moment
receiving
the paycheck
2,000
comes in,
and you end up living in an apartment where you pay 1,500, where you still have to pay your electric bill, at the end you see you end up with nothing. So from my own view, I think the best way to save is when you cut down
and you
costs
see
on all these aspects, but it also boils down to your taste.
Okay, that's a very good contribution from Henry. It says it all boil down to your taste, which is a very good contribution. I want to see other ideas too from. Let's go to IK in Chicago. What's the best way to save? What do you think? What do you have to say about that?
Um, just as Anya said,
just as
it's you just cutting your coat according to your size. Try not to go above your earnings. Because you know how America is. Before you say Jack Robinson, bill don't pile up. People there house will be say
go above
then
your
they jam your phone every
earnings,
minute. Send me this, send me that. So and like what I used to tell people, if you know it's kind of hard for you to save here, you can do some savings back home, and I mean, if it's every month, if it's every week, if it's, I mean, I don't know. It depends on the way you want it to work for you. So, I mean, if you know it's kind of hard.
If you know it's kind of hard for you here,
can just do some
savings back home.
We all have bank accounts, we
all
all
have
have
bank
accounts that we operate.
Mm.
So if it's $100,
So
it's $50, it's $200, just dump it in there.
$100,
But still,
$50,
I'm just saying from my perspective, So I don't know what works for other people. So I mean, that's just it.
Yeah, like when you say save, drop it $200, $100, drop it. Do you mean like dropping it in Nigeria bank accounts? I'll be
Yeah.
okay. Okay, that's okay. That yeah, that's a
And again, I mean, people are scared of the exchange rate. Naira is not gaining value. Dollar is gaining value. So if I put 200 today,
Naira
in the
is not
next
gaining
5-6 months, how much is $200 in Naira? So as I said, I mean, it all depends on you. So
I mean,
but
it all depends on you.
That's very
I
good
mean,
contribution. One thing I'm trying to aim at here is after doing our bills here,
yeah.
how do we, I mean, is it very easy to bring out that money, that's money to save, to put somewhere? Is it, do we, as an
I
immigrant, do
know.
we have that
I mean,
culture?
well, I would say
I
I've not stayed there so long,
Yeah.
so I'm still making
I
do
would
with
say
what I can do, So
I've not stayed there
to
so
me, saving is very, very hard
saving
here.
is
It's
very,
very,
very
very hard,
hard here.
except you are earning,
Very, very hard.
you're earning so much. But if
you
you're
are
earning
earning
like what you just said, like 2,000, 3,000, I mean, it's going to be very, very hard. So I feel it all depends on what you earn.
just like
Okay.
2,000.
It makes saving
Right.
easier for you.
Right. IK from Darkline from Ohio. What's your contribution? We'd like to hear.
Well, I would say I will borrow from what Henry and Ike has already said. Then I'll add a little thing about that. Henry mentioned about being able to understand your level, knowing very well you don't have to compete with anybody. Like like you don't have to do that. So iPhone 5, iPhone X, you know yourself. You know whatever plan or have for yourself. That will help you to know how much of money you want to save, or you want to put into buying things, or how much of money you want to put across. Again, what Ike was also saying, I love the idea. Something I would like to even go into about the whole situation, setting an account in Nigeria, being able to find a way to be throwing that money in there. But that's also a great thing too. But if I'm to say things, I think it all boils down to, for an individual, like, being in diaspora, what is your end goal? Like, is your end goal like later you want to go back to Nigeria, or is your end goal you want to stay here? So if your end goal is like you want to stay here, then you start thinking about, okay, what about having an investment, buying stocks, mutual funds is another way of saving, kind of thing. But at the same time, it boils down how much are you making every month to know that you could be able to set aside an amount of money to buy bonds and stocks for you to save. So I think the whole situation boils down, where exactly are you financially? Like, are you still trying to figure things out? So if you are in that state that your earnings are not that much, which means you start thinking about creating budgets. Like, I do create a budget, every month. This amount of money is allotted to this. I have it with Mint, where like every month I exceed this. Mint sends me an alert, like, you've exceeded your budget. You say that you wanted to spend this. Why did you spend more than that? I don't get that. So those things keep me in check, like, because without that, America is a capitalist country. This country is designed to be consumers, more being a creator. So if you don't understand that aspect, you will keep on spending because it's designed that you have to be in debt.
Yeah.
That's why you have to keep on spending. That's why you have things that keep on putting you in debt. That means as your money is coming in, there is bills that is taking it out. Like that's how it is. It's about consuming. Keep on buying. Keep on buying. And if you don't understand, you might fall into that particular idea. So, but when you understand like this is what it is, you start thinking about budget. So my own thing is that I think it's more about creating budget. So know yourself, where you are
like this is
presently financially. You know, like I know last 2 years where I am and where I am now, the decision I made last 2 years and the decision I make now are not the same. Last 2 years, I know I'm thinking about this amount of money I have to spend in a day because of my earnings at that time. This year, I'm like, oh, no, I'm thinking about mutual funds. I'm thinking about even if it's $100 I invest in buying bonds and stocks now that because of COVID-19, I'm taking that advantage to do that. So I think it's all applicable to what exactly, where are you financially now? That helps you to know what you have to do. But in general, I think it's more about budget. Just budget based on your finance at the present time. With budgeting and sticking to your budget, that will help you to move forward as regards to saving.
That will help you to move forward.
Nice contribution there. Before we go to the next question, let's take the last one from Michael Asomba. What's your own way of saving that you can advise immigrants on?
Well, I believe we have all nailed it, and I'm just gonna chip in like a little more, like to add to what everybody has been saying, like what said, having cut your coat according to your size. Like I said, saving, even no matter how small it is, it helps to go a long way. Saving. Like that's Nigeria bank account needs to be serviced, even though you're throwing like maybe $50 there every week, or like maybe $100 there every month. Also helps you. Then I talked about budget. It all boils down to budget, which is also good, And you have to establish your budget. You have to know what you want to do. Investment too is another way to go too. Having an investment. Like have something you throw your money into. You're not just saving it out. You're not just keeping the money, and and at the end of the day, it all goes down to paying bills and all that stuff like that. So, my own, what I'm saying in summary is let's start saving small. It doesn't have to be how huge or how big the money is. $20 apps go a long way. $50 apps go a long way. So it's about cutting your coat according to your size. Try as much as possible to stay out of excessive bills. Bills. It will also help you to cut. It will also help you to manage your costs. Okay. So and also economically too. So you have to do all these things. Starting small. $20. Throwing it somewhere. Helps go a long way. Throwing it somewhere. Helps go a long way.
When you say starting small, little drops of water can bring about an ocean. And also, you said something about eliminating bills. One question, the other question we'll do before we go today is it advisable for an immigrant to get these car notes we have? The car note system is a system in America. So is it advisable for an immigrant, even if you are well-to-do, or if you are making money, is it advisable for an immigrant to get these car payments that the Americans, when you pay every month? We know how car notes is, how car payments is. Henry, what do you have to say about car payments?
The way I always, or perhaps what we have been saying, or what we have been saying ever since, it all boils down to your income. One, and secondly, if we are, or your question is in line of if that will help us save, then I will say yes, it will help us save. Because
Then
if you are
I would
paying
think
just
yes, it
200
will help us save.
every month on car note and you are earning 2,000, that means you are left with that means you are
180.
No,
yeah,
wait,
do
wait.
that though.
There's no way. There's no
Do
car
that,
payment. No, no. I mean, I must speak PG. No car payment for $200. As in, let's say maybe you talk about those cheap cars.
No. I'm just giving an example. I'm not saying
Example, yeah.
Oh,
just
okay,
200.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not
An
saying it's
example. I'm
200. I'm just giving an example. It's not like
Okay.
we are speaking with
Saying-
something like that to know how much they're going to charge us.
Yeah.
But I'm
yeah.
just saying, let's assume you are earning 2,000 and
going
you
to
have a car note
charge
where you
us.
pay 200. So that means you are saving 1,000. That's not saving. You are left with 1,800. But for you to be able to save that 200 and get a car, if you are earning 2,000, it's going to take you a long time. A really long time to say you want to get a car of 20 something thousand or 15,000. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's wrong to have car notes as an immigrant. And just like Dark Light said,
And
we're in a capitalist
just like
country where
Dark
they
Light
work with a
said,
credit system.
we're in a
So the way they create for you to build that your credit score is for you to become a debtor. So I think it's not bad for an immigrant to have car notes, buy a house, stuff like that, because it's going to help you build your credit. And almost everything in this country boils down on credit. To rent a house, will check your credit. Even the same car notes you want to go and get, if your credit is low, you won't get approved. So
That's right.
I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's a good idea to have a car note if you want to.
You want to.
For me, having a car note, I beg to differ though. But I'm that type that like to get my thing.
No, like
getting.
If you have the old money, but the truth there is that the system is designed for you to be a debtor.
The system is
because
designed for you
to build your score. In fact, there's no way you are going to build your score if you don't pay out, if you're not a debtor. Because if you say you want to have a credit card, you are already a debtor having that credit card. Because yes, for you to build your score, you're going to use a credit card and you're owing them money, which you have to keep on paying back. But without you having that score, pretty much there's little you can do here. That means everything you have, not even everything, because to get a house is a problem. It's a problem. Even to buy a house, unless maybe you have your own cash, which is not easy to just come up with 240,000 to go and buy a house. To get a car, yes, I understand. To get a car, you can see a car of 3,000-4,000. But to go and rent an apartment, they have to run your credit.
Yeah.
When your credit is low, they won't give you a house.
It's not all.
Okay, let me say something.
Okay.
Let me say something.
All right.
Now they say there's always a saying. I don't know if I'm sure you guys have heard it. They say cash is power, but credit no. They say cash is king, but credit is power. Now, if you have a credit score of 800 and you don't have any money with you, you don't have anything. Do you know that you have so much more power than someone that has like 20K in his bank account, just like laying fallow, not doing anything? Do you know?
No, I don't know. Now I didn't know. No.
Okay, let me.
Do actually do.
It does because let me even say something because now on this car note issue now. When I came to America, so I was like, damn, no, I can't get car loan. I don't want to be indebted to this system where I have to think about paying this amount of money every month for how long, But when I got into the system, I mean, just getting a credit card, I got to understand that, man, if you need something from this system,
just getting a credit card, I got to understand that, man.
And they need to say that, okay, you are paying back this money they are giving you. Now, what do you have to do as an individual? You have to just walk up to your game. I mean, this system. You have to just walk, pay your bills. I mean, that's just the way about it. Okay, and when I got to meet my wife too, she also didn't like it. She was like, no, she doesn't. She doesn't like. She also didn't like. I was now like, well, she was like, no, she doesn't. Get a car. It's not a must. We have the whole money to go buy the car. we can save up to half of that money. I don't mind
full money to go
how long it takes us. Let's save
car.
half of that money.
And save up to
whatever
half
the
of
cost
that
of the car. Then we pay it in. So
Then
when they do
we pay
their
it in.
deductions and everything,
So
the money we
when-
have to pay every month
when they
will not be
do
as
their deductions
much
and
and worrisome or
everything, the
burdensome
money
for
we
us.
have
So
to
I
pay
got a
every
car.
month.
Me and my wife got a car last year. It was like around 20 grand. And we saved up to like 10 grand. We saved up to like 10 grand. Sure you get. And when we got there, initially they were like saying, oh, our monthly payment would be like close to 400.
Initially they were like saying,
but at the end of everything, when they did the whole calculation with the money we put down, they were now saying, okay, we'll pay 250 every month. Which I know I can.
We're now saying, okay, we'll pay 250.
So you say I did not make mistake when I said you're paying 200 every month.
Yeah, so it was something I planned.
It depends on your money down.
So it's about just like this bro
it's
said.
about
Budgeting. You have to plan
just
yourself.
like this bro
if
said.
you know you want to get a house, you want to get a car, you want to get anything, plan towards it. It's not a must. You don't need to force yourself. Just plan towards it.
Let's
even if it's $100 you want to pay every month for your car note.
For me to it's not like I don't like it as well. Going to because I don't like being worried every month like I have a certain bill I have to pay.
I have a certain bill.
The question you asked, like,
I have to pay.
is it good for immigrants to get car note? I'm not saying it's bad. That doesn't mean I would like to go and get a car note because unless I don't have money, I feel like okay, let me go and get like I'll be paying little by little every month. But for me, I prefer to save, go and get it, and I know every month I'm free of thinking I have to pay a certain amount of money. I have to keep on making sure I have to work. But from my own view, I don't think it's wrong for an immigrant to go and get a car note.
I don't
think it's wrong for it's going to help you more than harm you.
Okay, let me ask Darklight. But Darklight, before you bring your contribution, there's something I want to say. Like, one disadvantage of having, or one thing that scares me about getting this car notice, we live in a capitalist society whereby just a little stuff a little something that can stop your job can hinder the payment of that car note. For example, someone is out of job. You have your payment of your car. You are out of job, and you are not able to pay that car payment. It's going to affect your credit really bad. That's one thing that scares me. But let's ask Darklight. Let's what do you say?
Yeah, the thing about car note, I'll be honest with you, is I won't lie. I was skeptical about it. Initially, like wow, car note. Having to owe money and everything. But I later realized that in building, it helps you get credit. And credit is everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like if you want to get a house, the amount you're going to be charged, sometimes you might end up not getting a house because building credit means that you owe, that you can owe, but you also you'll be able to pay. Yeah. So, and I realized that a lot of things that work in America has to do with having credit, having a great credit score. It helps you to have access to a lot of things, a lot of things, even for bank or loan or business, whatever you want to do. So I realized that the car note kind of really help. But so it is a good thing to get a car note because it helps you to, be able to build credit. The only issue I have with people getting car notes is when people don't get car notes according to their earnings, and when people don't get car notes, not just based on that. Or they don't get car notes in the sense that they are ready to plan for having like a 6 months rent by the side, or even 8 months rent by the side in case they lose their job. So sometimes people don't have that kind of plan. They feel like the job I have now can stick up, and that exactly happened to a lot of people in this 2020 with the COVID-19. People that have awesome job, good job, they lost their job because. And when they lost their job, all people that, like I have a lot of people that got cars, 2020 cars, and they got those cars in 2020, 2018 or 2019, and their car notes were very expensive. Yeah. I mean, the kind of job they had then, they felt like, oh, that's cool, that's fine. I'll be able to, even though mathematically it doesn't make sense that for them to get that kind of car and pay that kind of amount of car notes. Now, when they lost that job, it becomes so hard.
And because I told you, like in America, it's based on bills, one should be very careful in regards to budgeting, because budgeting is everything. You can be very rich, but for losing your job, all the bills can come to you. You can lose your house. You become homeless. I have to talk to homeless people here in America, and these homeless people used to be very rich.
Very rich.
Just one bad decision, just losing a job, a particular payment doesn't come true, just like that. That is it. So it is good to get a car note to help to build it. But the point is, when you are trying to get a car note, I will be like, get a car note according to your budget, according to your finances. When you budget for 6 months for rent or for miscellaneous or whatever, in case something like this, like COVID-19 have taught us a lot of things. So these are the things I feel like, one should do. But getting car note, these are the things. Your credit score, awesome, it's beautiful. But people should be very mindful when they make that decision.
Awesome, it's beautiful. But
because the more you get a car note that have a high car note, remember your insurance is gonna be high. You ask yourself, how much am I making that I'm pushing all this money?
How much am I making?
Pay insurance and car notes. Whereas I can get a smaller car that is still in good condition, pay a smaller car notes, have a smaller insurance, and still have huge amount of money I can invest in like stocks or mutual fund or invest in any other business I want to do. So car note is not the issue, but making sure you be mindful and careful in getting the right car notes. Like don't spend so much getting a car because you want to compete with people. Because in America, I want to build my credit. You get a very big car, paying high car notes, where it's not. So it's all about being careful. The kind of car you get, so they don't have a high car note. So it is good to have car notes.
Well, I like your it all boils down to individual. Michael, let's hear your contribution. We're about rounding up now, so let's hear your contribution.
Yeah, like we all said, car note is not bad. It's not bad at all. I myself, I've been thinking about it too. I've been thinking about getting a car note. Recently, I've been to like 2 dealerships. People can decide on how to go about car note of a thing. But at the end of the day, when I just sit down and I think about it, like,
at the end of the day,
this thing is good. This thing is just like they are pushing a very sweet, like the thing is sweet. As they push onto you, they sweet your belly. But what we are scared of at the end of the day is what my unforeseeable outcome, what will happen. Like what will happen at the point. Yes, it's good to have, like what we have to have good that will help you to pay the bills every month. Not only unforeseeable outcome. Sometimes you look at your expenses too. It's just like it's something that will be bothering you. It's something that will be bothering you that I have this car note to pay. If I don't meet up with the payment or if I don't pay on time, they might repossess this car and it might affect my credit. So it's good in a way. It's good in a way. That's if you have budget. But it's also bad if you don't plan for it. If you don't plan, it becomes something that might go south for you. So at the end of the day, I would suggest that if you want to go into a car note, make sure you have a good sum of money that you can put down for that particular car. If you're going for $20,000, just like I said, have like maybe half of that money. Okay, this is the car I want. Let me put the half of this money down.
10,000.
Then you cannot go for it. Then at the end of the day, you see that the cost at which you are paying every month is not something that will be exorbitant for you. That will be able to, you cannot be able to meet up with. You cannot. Are you understanding me? So it's good. It's good. It's totally fine. But we are just scared of what might happen along the time.
Let me
take very long time for you to be able to.
Before you chip in something, I think all of you agree about this. But me, I don't agree about Kano at all. Because you know why?
Decision.
No, I will give reasons now. As an immigrant, I will advise immigrants not to jump into Kano. Most of the reasons you guys said it was to build credit. You can build credit with not only car notes. There's like, for example, today I got a phone. You can use those small phones to build credit. You can use every other things to build credit. One reasons why people credits are usually messed up is due to car note payment. People not being able to pay it. I've asked this question before that have you seen anybody who's successful? As in the percentage of people who pay off their car, it's like 3% out of the population of people who bought it. There's a way the system try to get you hooked on this car note payment and mess you up later, mess your credit and later, and it's hard to come. So
let me cut you
okay.
short a little. You know, the way the system goes, it's just like you know that you have a car, you use it for 3-4 years, you felt like, oh, the mileage is high. You know, you want to go and get another car, you see that. Pretty much that's how it goes with a car note of 18. You know, you use it to a certain time, you felt like you want to go and change, you go and change it again. Yes, maybe the new car you are going is a test car, the money is more than the one you have. I think that's just part of the reason why most people don't end up paying this completely if they want to, they wouldn't. And also, I think some of the factors are so
I can cover your belly.
is that credit because if I'm going for just like you buying a house, you buy a house of 300,000 and they tell you you'll be paying 800 in a month or 700. Of course, you're not going to pay that money probably till you die. You won't pay it all till you die. You know, most people they pay it and give the house to their kids to continue with the house and continue with the payment. But the bottom line or the factor of everything is a credit.
Yeah.
But that's my own is that not only that thing they build their credit. You can still build credit with other smaller expenses. For example, see this coronavirus one we did today. Now most people they could not meet up with their payments again because of loss of jobs, and their credits are all messed up. They don't care whether you pandemic hit you or not. We are owning car note. You have to pay. And another thing is again, as an average earner, like earning 3 to 4 thousand or 5 or 6, that's car note payment is an extra expenses. If you look at well, you know, at the end of the month now, your rent na like 700. Calculate which one again? What if it does our rents? Our bills? What would they pay again? Nipsco.
Why you forget like this? Why you forget? Oh, about the internet. Nipsco be like. I'm not saying you won't forget internet.
Okay, internet. You don't forget the one Nigerian tax. Your people go call you for house. Say, I beg go send this one. This so that
go house every
week. So if you calculate insurance, it short. You don't go feel sleep again, join. So I feel that is an added stress. That's my own decision. It's an added stress to the payment. If not, it's good to make payment. I feel if I want to build my credit, I will use smaller things to build it. But it's at the end of the day, it still boils up to personal decisions. So anybody have anything to say because we're about rounding up? And let's look at our live on YouTube. If anybody is on, I think only 2 people were watching us right now. Most people are usually asleep and they watch it later. But this is Diaspora Radio. Everywhere you are, from Spain, United Kingdom, Australia, all Nigerians, you are welcome to drop your contributions to this topic right now. We're talking about the best way to save or how to save money in the diaspora. So anybody have anything to say because we're about rounding up? Any last words? Henry, any last words? IK, any last word?
Yeah, well, all I would just say is that I feel like trying to have saving because the idea that I don't know if Michael it was IK that brought the idea of like having an account in Nigeria and sending no matter what money. I think it's a good idea, even if you are planning to stay here. But it's good to have that too. It's another great idea, I think, because no matter how much, I know it's bad to say this, but you know, because no matter how much, I know it's having dollar conversion with it, and like in years, the money will be having more. You know, in case you go back to Nigeria to do something. So I feel like having that saving is good. Then again, little thing before it's
you have to find a way to work on regards to these the video thing, because I feel like sometimes when you watch it on YouTube, the sound system. So hopefully we'll figure that out.
Yeah. After this, I will try to see what's going on. I'm still learning this OBS studio. I don't know. Sometimes it shakes or it wavers. I don't know. I'm still.
What's the name of the link?
This software I'm using to stream now. You mean?
No, the YouTube.
Okay, the YouTube link. Let me send it to you.
Yeah.
It's not hard. Yeah.
Why you're trying to do that? I was gonna say add something to with what we like for that evening, for that we talked about having a account we send money to. So me and IK started off that idea. Like, okay, that's cool.